Okay, we are live. I'm going to be starting this up. 3, 2, 1. What's up, Yankees fans? Today is Sunday, February 3rd, Super Bowl Sunday edition of Talking Yanks, the episode. Fuck. Talking Yanks. God damn it. All right. Take 2, because it said this is the episode. I went a little off script. Adam, if you're listening to this, got it this time. 3, 2, 1. What's up, Yankees fans? Today is Sunday, February 3rd, Super Bowl Sunday edition. This is Talking Yanks, the other guys, episode 10. Today we're going to be talking about, finally, the Hall of Fame inductions of a couple Yankees and a couple other legends. We're going to also talk about our favorite Yankees moment. Hint, hint, it is about Mr. Unanimous himself. We'll also go through some social media check-ins as always. And of course, bash on the Red Sox. You know we love doing that. All right, here we go. Episode 10. Let's talk Yanks. Jesus. I thought that was good, right?
I really liked it.
Appreciate it. All right, music. We don't actually have to wait though. The first time I recorded, I thought we actually had to wait the allotted time that it was gonna be. If it was gonna be 30 seconds of music, we're gonna have to take that long.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kick it back in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Welcome to the episode 10. Hope you're enjoying your Super Bowl Sunday morning. We're bringing you a brand new episode. As always, this is Johnny Pinstripes, John Ferraro, but I'm not usually playing host. My co-host, Adam D'Addario, is not on this episode. I'll get to that in a second. But today, we're bringing back on 2 times in a row, Rob Rosine, a.k.a. Cowboy Bob. What's up, Bobby?
Yo, what's going on, Johnny? Hope the people are ready for a double dose of Cowboy Bob. Not too often this happens, so they better relish it.
Yeah, man, we're calling you out of the bullpen. You're a spot reliever, and we're giving you the nod again 2 games in a row. How does that feel?
It's good. When I signed up for this, that wasn't the role I had in the contract, but I'm a team player, whatever the guys need to win.
Exactly. Let me give you guys a quick little context. Adam will be on to recount his horror story next episode. So Adam is in Chicago. I'm, as always, live from Manhattan. Bob is live from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Was that a Southern twang?
I was trying to get a little Southern twang for you, yeah.
Okay.
Respecting. Anyways, so Adam is dealing with the Chicago polar vortex. It's pretty cold here in New York. It's about 15 degrees right now. It was about 8 when I walked to work today. But Chicago's been dealing with wind chill in the minus 20s, minus 30s. Bob can talk about his parents dealing with that in Illinois. And Adam, something with his pipes were frozen in his apartment. He can't get to his place. He can't record. We were trying to figure out if we were going to be able to record one. He's staying at a friend's place and wasn't going to be meant to be. He was having issues, and we're like, all right, Adam, I'll take control this week. I'll take the hosting duties. We'll bring Bob back on, and we'll see you next week. Survive this winter. So he's dealing with the winter. I talked to him an hour ago. He's all right. It's a little rattled, but Adam will power through. But Bob, how are your parents doing with this crazy fucking winter that's going on?
Yeah, I've been talking to him a little bit more than I usually do. Not that I don't talk to my parents, I do, but checking in every more often. Just because it's so cold, they haven't left the house today or this whole week, and they just said everything is frozen. No one's driving out on the roads, so I guess they're okay for now. I'm most concerned about my cat back at home, Norma. I don't want her to get frozen.
Yeah, they're not letting her. Is she an outdoor cat or indoor?
No, she's an indoor cat, but Norma likes to go adventure outside every so often. I don't think that she'd be interested in this type of weather, though.
Yeah, she's an indoor cat. She's not going to want to. If she stepped outside, she's not going to want to gravitate back there. She's going to want to huddle in the warmth. She'll be fine.
Yeah, she gets it. Norma understands.
But
hey, I'm warm. I'm warm down here in Fayetteville. It's right now it's in 40 to each day. It's been between 40 and 60 degrees. So
40.
I'm very happy with my decision to move down here.
Yeah, 40 degrees. That's like summer right now. That's literally my mentality. Anytime, literally living in New York now, anytime it hits like 50 in the winter, that literally feels so warm to me. I was walking to work in 8 degrees today, hating life, wind blowing. Fuck this polar
Yeah,
vortex.
I've gotten soft, man. Anytime it's like below 30, I hate going outside. I've gotten soft since I've been down here for 2 years.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel it when it's below 30. That's like 35, 36. That's like still manageable. Once it drops below 32, I notice it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do not miss those Illinois wind chills. That's for sure.
Exactly. And for any of you that are in the Midwest, hope you guys are staying warm. Hope you're surviving this polar vortex. Any of you that are in New York, same thing. Any of you that are in Florida, fuck you. Just kidding. My parents are down there right now, and I think it's like 70 degrees. So they're chilling. They're chilling, literally. But
speaking of cold things, John, yeah. What is that you're drinking there?
Bob, that's my thing to kick off the beer section, but I'll let you have it for this time. This episode, I'm finishing up my last of my Blue Point Toasted Lager. I've been drinking more of the warmer beers in this cold weather. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. Yeah. What is Blue Point? What's Blue Point? Where are they out of?
Where are they out of? I actually forget. Hang on, let me double check. Oh, they are, yeah, in Long Island. So again, I'm supporting the local breweries.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What are you sipping on?
I've got Albatross. It is a New England style IPA from the Core Brewing Company right here in Springdale, Arkansas. Another Northwest Arkansas beer. I haven't had a lot of New England style IPAs. I think they're supposed to be a little, I don't know, they say like they're hazy. I don't really know what that means, but I like it. It's good with citrus. I've found out that putting a little grapefruit in is good.
That does actually sound really good. Let me stop you for a second because I think I recall this on a previous episode we had you on, maybe the first one. Core Brewing Company. Now, this is not to be confused with the conglomerate known as Coors in Denver, Colorado, correct?
Yeah, not Coors. This is Core, C-O-R-E.
C-O-R-E.
Yeah, their logo is a little wiener dog. So, no, this is not Coors, Core.
I was just making sure for the people at home because you said it quickly. People could assume it was Coors, and then they're saying Arkansas for Coors. I don't think so. Just wanted to make.
Yeah, no, Core. Yeah, so like you, John, I'm sticking with the local beers. Big fan of supporting the local beers.
It's a great cause. You can get drunk and you support the local economy. I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, as you can tell right now, we're talking a little off Yankees just because there hasn't been a lot of breaking news recently. But when we dropped episode 9, the day we were dropping it, actually, all the Hall of Fame talk came up. So it's been about a week and a half since this has transpired, but we haven't talked about it on Talking Yanks. The other guys, Jimmy and Jacob, got into it, but we want to talk about it too, just a little briefly. But we want to give credit where credit is due. And Mariano Rivera, Mo, the greatest closer of all time, number 42, the last guy to wear number 42 in Major League Baseball, was the first unanimous inductee into the Hall of Fame. No better. I'm biased because I was about to say no better guy. I would say Derek Jeter. Hopefully he could get in unanimous as well. Who knows? But no better deserving guy than Mariano Rivera. Bob, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's really cool that the writers, I disagree with these baseball writers a lot of the times, but it's really cool that they did something correct for once. There's always, I forget the guy's name, but I'm sure everyone here knows about it. There was that guy who said he wasn't going to vote for Mariano Rivera and all this stuff because it's his first year. Like, everybody knows that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm so tired of this old adage that, you can't get in on the first ballot. You gotta spend your time on there like everyone else. No, everybody knows that Rivera belongs in the Hall of Fame. Just get it over with, put him in.
I mean, yes, I totally agree with that. I kind of get that concept for mere mortal players, and I'm saying mere mortals jokingly because anytime you get into the Hall of Fame, it's pretty deserving with some situation. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that part.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, like, because who's the fucking guy that got in this year? Harold
Edgar
Baines.
Martinez, 10th year.
No. Or who got who was the guy? Harold Baines that was like eligible.
Don't say him because he's Veterans Committee. That's something different.
Yeah, right. No, I wasn't gonna say his name. I was just trying to think of it.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna cut. I'm just gonna jump back in from, and I'm saying these directions. So when Adam's editing, I'm gonna jump back in from when you started. When you ended your part about Mo, how did you just end it? You said, like, I was about to say there's no one.
I think deserved. I think I said like the writers like did the right thing or something like that.
Oh right, yeah, and I was about to say I agree with it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, but I also partially agree with the writers just for certain circumstances of players that, had great careers and would be future Hall of Famers, but sometimes certain guys have to wait, based on their numbers. But Mariano Rivera is not a mere mortal. He is not one of these cases. He is the greatest closer of all time. 5-time World Series champion, 13-time All-Star, 652 saves, the best ever, 2.21 ERA, World Series MVP, ALCS MVP, 3-time Delivery Man of the Year. Like, I don't even need to read all of them. He is the greatest ever, and there's no question that he should have been unanimous. I mean, obviously we're biased, but the writers did the right thing.
Yeah, even Carabas agrees with us.
He did. We'll get to that later in bashing Red Sox. So there'll be a little non-bashing Red Sox for one part of it because Carabas actually gave credit where credit is due. But moving on, we also got another welcome sight into the Hall of Fame, another former Yankee, someone that almost, wasn't looking like he was going to make it in. He was always a fringe guy. Mike Mussina made it into the Hall of Fame. Yankee from 2001 to 2008, was also a long-time Toronto.
Baltimore.
Yeah, no, I know. I was literally saying that from the top of my head. Okay, he was 2001 to 2008 Yankee. I thought it might have been 2000. I'm just going to go long time again. So cutting back. 3, 2, 1. Long-time Baltimore Oriole before joining us in 01. And I always loved Moose, Italian, fellow Paisan. I don't have Adam on right now. Bob, what do you think about Moose getting in finally?
I'm very happy for him. I don't think we talked about it, like our predictions at all, but I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but I didn't think he would get into the Hall of Fame just because he doesn't have a Cy Young award. He never won a World Series, anything like that. He was a really, really good pitcher. I wouldn't say he was great. So that's sort of the distinction. There's some guys that think the Hall of Fame should be reserved for, just the select few. Mussina is a fringe guy. If he won one World Series or one Cy Young, no doubt in my mind, but he did just enough to get in. Lost my train of thought there, so we can cut something. There.
Yeah. I was just looking at his numbers again because I was going to say, because he didn't make, I'm going to jump into this in a sec, but I was going to say he didn't make.
Honestly, I think, and I kind of messed up even what I was going to say. So literally just do the whole thing again because I'm going to talk about, I'm glad that he personally is in, but guys like him, I don't think should.
Wait, so you want to start your whole part over?
Yeah, if that's chill.
Yeah, that is. I just want to. So I'm trying. Said I was talking about him getting.
You said, Bob, what do you think about that? About Moose finally getting in?
Okay. Hey, Adam, as you're editing this, we're cutting all of Bob's part, and I'm going to ask him about Moose. And then I'm also going to. Well, I'll get to that on my part. So I'm going to talk about how he just missed out on our World Series in 2000 and then 2009, and he didn't make an All-Star game with us, which is honestly crazy. He finished.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then he also almost got the perfect game. While you're talking, I'm going to get some stats. All right. I'm going to kick it to you in 3, 2, 1. Bob, What do you have to say about Moose?
I'm super happy to see another Yankee in the Hall of Fame. Really glad for him. But when you look at guys who should be in the Hall of Fame, I don't think Mike Mussina was a great player. He was a good player, not a great player. You look at his, career ERA, only 3.68. He never won a World Series, never won a Cy Young Award. He was always a good pitcher, not a great pitcher. And for the most part, I'm a guy that thinks the Hall of Fame should be a small room. You hear this term, small room or big room, when people talk about the Hall of Fame. I'm a small room guy. It's hard for me to say a guy like Moose, who has fringe numbers, deserves the Hall of Fame simply because he never won a Cy Young or a World Series with anyone. And it's worth noting in '99, he placed second in the Cy Young as a member of the Orioles, only to Pedro Martinez. I have a few more things to say, but you can kick it back to me in a second.
Well, let me
any more stats on him for us, Johnny. Your opinion on him?
Well, before I get into that, I want to pose a question to you, just because you keep bringing up the Cy Young. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'd like to see how many starting pitchers are in the Hall of Fame without having a Cy Young. Because just for example, you nodded your head when I said Derek Jeter might get in unanimously. Obviously, he's getting in regardless. He never won an MVP. Certain circumstances, obviously, a starting pitcher should have a Cy Young MVP for a batter. I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's a tell-all.
Yeah, you're definitely right. It's definitely not a tell-all. And he was pitching in an era of really, really good players.
Yeah.
The guy who beat him was Pedro Martinez. Another thing about Mussina is he pitched in the most hitter-friendly ballparks in America in the AL East his entire career. Imagine if he was pitching out in San Diego. How many less runs would he have given up? He's a fringe guy. I'm glad that a Yankee got in, but gun to my head, I don't think Mussina should be in the Hall of Fame.
I totally get that. And honestly, if you told me if we're 10 years in the future and you said Mike Mussina didn't make the Hall of Fame, I would totally just be like, yeah, that makes sense. Of course, because he is definitely a fringe guy. He's the type of guy, I'm not even looking at his numbers, I'm looking at his accolades. He had some unfortunate luck. For example, he finished, I'll just say top 6 in the Cy Young voting. I'm literally counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, finished in the top 6. As Bob said, he finished second to Pedro in '99. He was 6th in the Cy Young voting in his last year in the bigs, 2008 with us. He was 20-9. His 120 game. I remember that vaguely, but that was the last year at Yankee Stadium. And I remember him racking up the wins that year. And we're like, oh, wow, is he going to hit 20? And he did. Yeah. So he never won the Cy Young. Also, he joined the Yankees in 2001, a.k.a. we finished our dynasty in 2000. As everyone knows, we lost in 2001 to the Diamondbacks. So he joined the team in the year after our last win. He retired in 2008, a.k.a. the year before we won our last championship. So his 7-year window, he missed out on the last 2 World Series. That's some shitty luck.
Yeah, it's tough. And I mentioned Pedro, when Randy Johnson was on the Mariners, 94 when he won the Cy Young. Now, and he's competing, David Cone won in 2004. But those are the 94. Guys he was competing. Yeah, those were the guys he was competing against, David Cone, Randy Johnson. So he pitched in a tough era to win Cy Youngs. I totally understand that. And Cy Youngs don't tell all, but there's a reason guys like Pedro and Randy did win Cy Youngs, and Mike Mussina did not.
I agree. Again, I totally agree with everything you're saying, because I also think it's a shock that he made it in, but I'm happy for him.
I'm super excited that he made it.
It's crazy that he was a 5-time All-Star and not one of those All-Star appearances were with us. Like I just said, his most wins as a starter was his last year. He was 29. He never made one All-Star game with us. What we haven't talked about yet is helping him give an edge that he made it in. is I'm sure you can agree he was one of, and his 7 gold gloves can stack up to that. He was one of the best fielding pitchers. He's literally like, he was better than Tanaka, and Tanaka is considered one of the best fielding pitchers. Like, Moose was that guy.
Yeah, Moose was every year, like, you always have, it seems like with these Gold Glove awards, there's always, you kind of know who's going to win it. Messina was that guy you knew he was going to win or at least be in the discussion for the Gold Glove. You're definitely right. And those do count. You know, like we talk about all these advanced metrics now. Well, the baseball writers, for the most part, look at total stats and accolades. And so those Gold Gloves absolutely help him.
For sure. And one last thing, talking about his bad luck, he's had multiple times where he's had near perfect games. I'm going to get to the most famous one in a second. But in 92 with the Orioles, he retired the first 12 Texas Rangers, gave an out. In 1997, he retired the first 25 Cleveland Indians, surrendered a single. 98, he retired the first 23 Tigers, surrendered a double. 2000, he tossed a one-hitter. And then with us, against the Red Sox, he retired the first 26 players, and then he gave up a 1-2 count loop single on the 27th batter. And he ended up finishing with a one-hitter, but holy shit, getting a 26 almost perfect game, 26 out, almost perfect game. This man has had bad luck. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't make the perfect game.
You know what, Johnny? You've convinced me. He deserves it. Bad luck, Mike. He deserves a break for once. All right. Messina can be in the Hall of Fame. I've changed my tune.
There we go. He didn't get a perfect game at 26 outs. He didn't win a World Series. He missed out on both of our windows. And he didn't even make an all-star game with our team. And he was just a fiery guy. Like, he was never such a big personality, but like, he cared. Yep. And like, he was on the field, giving it his all, giving a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Totally agree.
We're spending a lot of time on Moose,
but hey, it's a hot topic for discussion. So the people deserve to hear our thoughts.
I agree. And one last point about him, because we've been talking a lot about him. It was a topic of discussion what cap he would wear on his plaque, Orioles, Yankees. And he did the classic move when you played for 2 franchises for about equal amount of time. He's going with no cap, or no logo on the cap, which I agree with. I thought he was going to go more likely Orioles. Like, if I had to rank the 3, I thought he was going to go Orioles, no cap, Yankees, just because he did have more of his accolades in Baltimore. But I'm happy he's doing no cap, no logo.
Yeah, you can cut this part out because I have a question. Is he the only guy who doesn't have the logo?
Well, as I burp, because we're definitely kind of this. Roy Halladay isn't going in with one, but I don't think.
Well, he's not alive. So
yes, I know that, but I'm saying like his family's electing. Let me do a quick baseball.
Because I was going to bring up I was going to bring something up. I'll keep you in suspense to get your pure reaction.
I think. Oh, I definitely know. I can't. Wade Boggs. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at Wade Boggs' Hall of Fame plaque. I'm just gonna Google the picture of his plaque. Oh no, he went in as Red. Wait, did he? I thought he went in. Okay, he did go in Red Sox. Okay, no, because I want to find out. Oh, okay, I got something. Give me one sec.
I just Google imaged it, and it's a Boston hat.
I know
he played for them. He played for the Red Sox for 10 years, though. So it's
I got it. Catfish Hunter has no logo. Greg Maddux has no logo. Tony La Russa has no logo. So that's 3, right? Okay, yeah.
So Catfish Hunter,
Greg Maddux, and Tony La Russa managing. He managed the A's and Cardinals. Yep. Maddux played, with the Braves and the Cubs.
Yep.
And then Catfish was with us, the A's. What is Reggie? Okay. Reggie's for sure, even though he was an A, Reggie's for sure us because he loves just milking the Yankees.
Reggie Jackson?
Yeah.
I bet.
even though he played more
Reggie
years with the Athletic. Yeah,
Hall of Fame hat.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's with the Yankees. He's a He's got a Yankee hat.
Yeah. All right. So what are you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna just talk. I wanted to talk about guys that don't have hats or don't have a team, and then bring up someone else who was kind of controversial, like Andre Dawson.
Does he not have a team?
No, he went in with the Expos. He played more years with them, but he had better seasons with the Cubs. Okay. He played 10 years as an Expo, 6 as a Cub, but he did better with the Cubs.
Okay. And he's with the Cubs or Expos?
Played better with the Cubs.
No, but what's his plaque? The Expos.
Oh, Expos.
Okay. I don't even need to kick it to you because I don't think I really you just start when you're ready.
Yeah.
I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, well, hold on. What was the transition?
I don't even remember. I just said he had the cat.
We were talking about no hats.
Yeah. Just I don't think I said it.
I'll do it. Okay, I got it.
I don't think I asked you a question.
Yeah, no. Did you ended with something about no hats though, right?
Yes, for sure. Okay. I said that I would have, if I were to rank what I thought was going to happen, it was going to go.
Yep. Orioles. Okay, I'll say something like sticking with the hats or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hey Adam, we're starting again. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, the hat thing with Mussina was definitely very interesting. There have been a couple guys that have not gone in with a team on their hat. Catfish Hunter, Tony La Russa, and Greg Maddux.
To name a few.
They're pretty straightforward, like guys where you understand why they don't have the logo because they had good careers with everyone they were associated with. Mussina, his stats were better as an Oriole, but like ERA wise and stuff like that, he had a couple better winning seasons with us. So I understand it for him. And John mentioned to me before, Roy Halladay, his family elected to not have a logo on his hat. That makes sense as well. One guy that, growing up in Chicago, I heard a lot about when he was elected into the Hall of Fame, Andre Dawson, with the Expos and the Cubs for most of his career. He went into the Hall of Fame as an Expo. He played 10 seasons with them, 6 with Chicago, but he arguably had better seasons with the Cubs and won an MVP with the Cubs. So a lot of Chicago people were upset about that. It's interesting what hat you go in with because, especially nowadays where guys aren't with the same team the whole time, you're not getting those guys that are like Jeters, you're getting guys that move around. So as the years progress, it'll be interesting to see how players tackle that.
Exactly. I mean, it's a classy move by Mussina because
it is
because it shows that he still has respect for the Orioles. This is not a shot at Reggie Jackson, even though I might be telling my second real true Yankee story of my run-ins with Reggie personally, but Reggie loved milking the New York media, milking being a Yankee. And he had maybe some better numbers and more accolades besides the World Series with the Athletics. And I'm only using that as an example because he only played 5 years with us. And of course he elected for the hat. If obviously the Yankee logo has much more stature than the Orioles logo. Mm-hmm. So if Mussina wanted to just not even be a high profile guy, but if he just wanted to have the aura surrounding his plaque, it would have made total sense to go in with the Yankees, but you got to respect it for going no cap, wanting to honor both teams.
Yeah, and I think if I was an Orioles fan, I would be pretty upset if he had a Yankees logo.
I would be too if I was in that situation.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going a lot on Mussina. Also, just want to give shout out, as I said, Roy Halladay made it into the Hall of Fame. Rest in peace to that legendary pitcher. Great years with the Blue Jays and also the Phillies. And Edgar Martinez, another Yankee killer with Seattle. So those are the four very solid players, if I do say so myself.
Yep. About time. It was good for Edgar to get in as a DH. Not too many. don't quote me, but he might be the first DH, like pure DH, to get into the Hall of Fame. I might be really wrong on that.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because I know you wanted to talk about PEDs, and I can think of another DH, Big Papi, who's probably going to get in when he's eligible. But I know you want to talk about Roger and some Barry Bonds, and what do you want to say?
Yeah, so like PED guys on the ballots now, and three of them are Yankees. Guys like Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Manny Ramirez is on there. Gary Sheffield, Andy Pettitte, and Sammy Sosa. The big time ones that everyone are thinking are going to get in eventually, Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, they were at 59.5% and 59.1% respectively. And for anyone that doesn't know, you need 75% to get in, and you have 10 years on the ballot, and you have to get at least 5% of the vote to stay on the ballot. So Roger and Barry Bonds were very close. The public ballots that were released had Clemens and Bonds right at about 75%. And then when the non-public ballots came out, they dropped down. So the guys that were keeping votes to themselves did not vote for Clemens and Bonds, it seems like. I think you might agree with me on this, Johnny. They've got 3 more years. I think it's only a matter of time before they get in.
I do agree. I mean, there are sometimes circumstances where they're going to drop off a little bit, but like Clemens is an enigma. He's a tough one. I would love to see him in, but if you're talking with these two guys that are both at 59% of their 7th year, Bonds and Clemens, I think Bonds is a better chance just because of his stats as the all-time home run guy, and like he just elevated the game so much, even with the steroids. But I think Clemens will probably get into. They have 3 years to get 15% of the vote. It's looking pretty likely. Now, guys like our boy Andy Pettitte has 9.9%. It was only his first year, albeit, but so he has time to grow. A guy like Sammy Sosa also was his 7th, and he only had 8.5. That's pretty crazy. Like, obviously, he doesn't have the numbers of Bonds in this steroid era, even though he had a shit ton of home runs and RBIs and all-stars and all that, but only at 8.5%.
Yeah,
and guys like Bonds
I think the difference is like someone like Barry Bonds, when he was on the Pirates, he was already one of the best players in Major League Baseball and would have had a Hall of Fame career if it weren't for the steroids. Like, you just take a look at, steroids do not make you the home run king. You still have to be a good player. Jeremy Giambi took steroids, and he certainly is no Barry Bonds. There's a lot of different ways people look at this. Like, I'm more of a, could you tell that they're good Hall of Fame career guys without the steroids? Some people say you should try to pinpoint when they started doing steroids. And then from that point on, essentially nothing counts, which Bonds passes that test as well. Because by the time he started, quote unquote, juicing, he was already over 500 home runs. Clemens is a little different because he was probably juicing back when he was on the Red Sox, so early in his career. Someone like Manny Ramirez, Sammy Sosa, those are guys where I don't think they were good all-around players without the steroids, if that makes any sense.
I mean, that's a loaded, you're not asking me a question, but it's a loaded topic because it's tough because AKA you can't pinpoint exactly when they started. Gun to my head, if I were to say Sammy or Manny, I would absolutely say Sammy, but that's also because fuck the Red Sox. But I think Sammy Sosa would have been a very good baseball player without steroids as well, because he had that sweet swing.
And he was fast. He was fast. He was a base stealer.
I got some love for Sammy Sosa. Like, back in the day, he was a fun player to watch. And it's a tough situation because these guys, I understand. Let me rephrase. Some of these old, crusty baseball writers that don't want steroid players in because it tarnished the game, like, those guys need to chill out a little bit, because honestly, it made the game more exciting. in a time when like the late 90s, early 2000s, baseball was having a little dip in ratings and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I get what they're saying in the concept of cheating, but like everyone has used, like, even back in the day, like things were used in the game to like get an advantage. And like,
Yeah.
how do you keep out like the guy who's the all-time home run king? Like Barry Bonds was baseball in his heyday. Like,
yeah,
how do you keep a guy like that out? Roger Clemens had so many great years, won World Series with the Red Sox with us. Like, well, he didn't win the Red Sox, excuse me, but played in World Series. It's just, it's tough.
Yep. Yeah. Real quick, other Yankees here, Sheffield and Pettit. Any chance?
I mean, Sheffield 5th year. I don't really have like a huge opinion on Sheffield, excuse me, as wait, let me start that over because I don't know if I said Sheffield or Pettit. You said any chance. I'm just gonna go 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, for a guy like Gary Sheffield, who played only like 3 years for us, looking at his number, it was his 5th year. He had a 13.6% chance. Honestly, I'm going to say not likely. Now, Andy, as I touched upon earlier, it was his first year, 9.9%. Like, his steroids, I feel like his HGH, it wasn't as blown up in the media as Clemens. Like, it was similar. Like, I think he's definitely going to rise up. I mean, playoff Andy was as clutch as can be.
Yeah.
He didn't have super like all-star game numbers, but like I hope he has a chance to get in. I hope he rises like into the 50s.
Yeah, he's another guy that I think has a potential just because of how clutch he was in the playoffs. Like his regular season stats, I don't think are Hall of Fame numbers, but steroids don't make you clutch. Let's just put it that way.
100% agree. But the point I'm trying to make is, if he didn't take any steroids and he had his numbers, I would have thought he had a better chance than Messina getting in. Maybe not a better chance, but a similar chance.
I get what you're saying for sure.
And like the fact that he would have been a fringe guy himself, and the fact that he did steroids, that might keep him off, as opposed to a Clemens who like consistently dominated in their career.
Yep. Agreed. Definitely a big time discussion in baseball, steroids in the Hall of Fame. And as guys like Clemens and Bonds are running out of years on the ballot, it's only going to get more hotly debated. So we'll see.
Definitely. Well, this was a long Hall of Fame discussion talking PEDs, but it was a discussion we wanted to have. So let's just get to a little more rumors and news, because there's been a couple things, nothing big. We have said, though, farewell to Disco Neil Walker, something that we kind of expected. Like, we weren't going to re-sign him. We signed LeMahieu. We signed Tulowitzki. We knew Neil wasn't coming back, but a lot of people hated on him at the beginning of the year last year, and rightly so. But he turned it on big time, end of the year. You know, we, Talking Yanks, Jimmy, John Boy, started the Disco Neil movement. He became an exciting player, became a fan favorite near the end, and he signed with the Marlins to platoon at first base, 1 year, $2 million. Seems like the Marlins always take our old guys. Well, granted, we traded them Starlin Castro, but they signed Ichiro after he left. We traded them Martin Prado, and now they have Neil Walker. They like to take the Yankees, it seems like.
Hey, you know, it's just like in real life, John. All those old New Yorkers moved down to Florida to, you know, I don't want not to be morbid, but to live out the rest of their days.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I'm from that area. It's a beautiful place, but the Marlins fan base sucks. That stadium, it's a dope looking stadium. I've been there only for when the Marlins have played the Yankees. No one goes to it though. It's in a tough area with bad parking, and like their attendance is consistently one of the worst in the league. So I mean, Neil Walker is going to enjoy that $2 million in Miami. It's a dope place to spend $2 million, but he's playing for a team.
I don't think Neil Walker's going to spend $2 million like other guys would spend $2 million.
Correct, but I just meant the aspect of having millions living in Miami, living in the South Beach area. But he's unfortunately playing for a team with no fan base. I would have liked to have seen him go to a team that would appreciate Disco Neil. If he went to a team like the Cubs or the Dodgers, some team with a
because he was with us and the Pirates, and those are two like real good fan bases. So.
Yeah, and now he's going to the fucking Miami Marlins. So Neil, we're gonna miss you.
Good luck in Miami.
Yeah, he had a memorable year with us, that's for sure.
Yep.
Moving on, there's still guys who aren't signed. I was tweeting about this the other day. Not just guys, the two biggest names in baseball, guys who 5 years ago would have gotten $1 bazillion. And yes, I know that's not a real number, but they would have gotten so much money. Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. We're also going to talk about, star pitchers Craig Kimbrell and Dallas Keuchel still haven't been signed as we're in the month of February. So Bryce and Manny, though, still haven't been signed. Bob, I know you want to talk about some Padres rumors. What do you got for me?
Yeah, we'll go talking Padres a little bit here. They're talking to both Manny and Bryce Harper. By the time this comes out, they will have already talked to Bryce Harper. So maybe something has happened since then. But it's just one of those things like teams like the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, they're not spending the big money. And it's opening up the market for teams like the White Sox and the Padres to swoop in. And like the Padres aren't going to offer him 7 or 8 year deals, $250+ million. But like if you're Bryce Harper and no one is giving you super huge money, and the Padres say, okay, we'll give you 4 years, $160 million, or 3 years, $120 million, and nothing else is better, that's kind of hard to turn down.
I realized I was muted. Did you not notice that?
Yeah, no, because I was looking at another screen.
Oh, gotcha. Hold up one second. What was the number that you said? How much money did you say they've been offered?
No, well, they haven't. I said a hypothetical. I said the Padres aren't going to offer him 8 years, $250 million. More likely, it'll be 3-4 years, $120, $160 million.
Gotcha. All right.
So less span, but higher salary average
per year. Yeah. All right, I got it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like that would be a great, year per average contract. It's just so unfathomable that these two superstars would consider playing in like the wasteland of the San Diego Padres. No disrespect to San Diego, but but it's serious. Like that team does not win anything. Like,
yeah,
obviously the Yankees and the Yankees and the Phillies and the White Sox are the teams going after Manny. The Nationals, the Phillies, Yankees maybe going after Bryce. It's just crazy that these guys would. I mean, obviously they haven't signed anything yet. As everyone's been freaking out on Twitter, but the fact that they're considering going to the San Diego Padres. I mean, if you want to get your money, get your money. It's just like it's like when Robbie Cano went to the Mariners and left us, turned down our deal, which was a pretty good deal, and took as much money as he got, from Jay-Z pulling the strings to go to Seattle. Like, I mean, personally, when you have that many millions, speaking as a non-millionaire over here, I think I'd rather play for a winning franchise for slightly less money, as opposed to going to a shitty franchise for a little more money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Padres are interesting because their pitching right now is horrible, but they do have Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, Hunter Renfroe, and Austin Hedges are two good young players they have, and their farm system is pretty good. So in 3 or 4 years, they could be competing in the NL West. But like I said, I don't think the Padres would be offering him more than 4 years. So the timeline doesn't necessarily add up. Of course, he can, if he enjoys his time in San Diego, he could always re-sign. But, the Padres they're at least willing. They've shown that they're willing to spend a little more money in recent years with Will Myers' extension and Eric Hosmer. But yeah, no, you're right. It's crazy that these guys aren't signed. I still remember when I thought, I'm sure you can dig up old Rob Rosine tweets where I said the Yankees are going to sign Bryce to 10 years, $500 million.
That was the deal. That was what it was talked about. They wrote articles about that 4-5 years ago. It was probably more like 3 years ago. But I remember reading shit where it said Bryce Harper is going to be a free agent in 2018, 2019, and he's probably going to be the first $500 million man. Like that was just like an established stat line. And
I get it. I get that teams are like, they've seen some of these big contracts not pan out, but when you look at the A-Rod contract, I do think it was worth it. Like, he was a great player and we won a World Series. Like, yeah, it would have been nice to win more, but that's not always, it's not always going to happen. And maybe we don't want to sign him because of we saw what we did with the Ellsbury contract, but Bryce Harper and Machado are not Jacoby Ellsbury, in my opinion. In anyone's opinion. Like, if you look at how Ellsbury came to New York, he was not as good then as Harper and Machado are now. So I do think and I haven't said this yet, but I do think that the Yankees and some of these other teams are being cheap.
No, they definitely are. Like, in the days of Steinbrenner, like, he would be throwing money at these guys. I mean, it's just crazy because they're 26 years old. Like, A-Rod, I'm trying to think. Like, don't fact check me. I'm just trying to look up his birthday. 1975. So when he got that monster contract from us in 2007, he was 32 years old, and it was for 10 years, so 42. Manny and Bryce are 26. Now, they might be getting a 10-year deal. We can't guarantee it. But, like, they're in their prime. Like, they've got 5 to 6, maybe 7 or 8 solid years of production left. It's just crazy. Like,
it's rare because they both came in when they were 18, 19 years old.
Bryce definitely was a little younger. Manny, I think,
Manny might have been 19.
Yeah.
It that never happens. So you got to take advantage of it. I mean, and who's even to say, like, hey, we saw what happened with Le'Veon Bell in the NFL this year.
Oh, a little football shot.
After I saw that, like, I think anything's possible. Like, who's to say these guys are even going to sign? Like, that's a little bit of a tinfoil hat conspiracy, but we saw Le'Veon Bell sit out an entire year because he didn't get his money. Like, who's to say these guys won't do the same thing?
It's crazy, man. The fact that it's February now and the two biggest guys have not been signed. Like, I thought they were going to be signed in December, and it's absurd, but we don't need to talk about it anymore. We've been hammering the nail. We've been talking way too much. It's like every week. It's like these guys haven't been signed. But one question I want to pose to you, as I brought up, Craig Kimbrell and Dallas Keuchel are two big names, one starter, one closer, who haven't been signed yet. The Red Sox seem to be dragging their feet, not wanting to give Kimbrell his money. But there have been rumors that we might go after another starter, whether that's a trade. Do you think, would you want it, or do you think it's like feasible, economically feasible, to sign a guy like Dallas Keuchel if the money's right? Like, obviously his value's been dropping a little bit, the fact that he hasn't been signed. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. Like, Dallas Keuchel for the right price would be an upgrade. Like, I hate to say it, but he's better potentially than CC Sabathia, who I don't want to see go anywhere. But we're not going to get rid of CC, and I don't want us to. Like, I want CC to be the fifth starter. Let me make that clear for anyone that thinks I'm being like a little bit of a turncoat here. Not at all. But if we get a guy like Keuchel or trade for someone else, like dump prospects to get Kluber or someone, now we have 6 starting pitchers, and that means that CC is going to have to either go to the bullpen, or now we do a 6-man rotation, which means guys like Severino, Tanaka, and Paxton pitch less innings for us. We want them on the mound. We don't want less innings out of them. And we're going to have to get rid of a bullpen arm, which is our strength. And so we talked about it last episode with us three, with like Ottavino coming on. Our bullpen makes up for the fact that we might not have the best back end of the rotation.
No, it's definitely a tough situation. Like, as we've said, we might have I think we have the best bullpen in baseball. And, it's tricky because if we could get a guy like Keuchel for the right price, or let's say it's probably not going to happen, definitely not going to happen. But let's say the Indians gave us a great offer for Kluber. I mean, then we would be in a tough situation. If that happened, not the Keuchel one, if like for some reason Kluber became available
Kluber changes things.
Yes, no, 100%. I'm not going to even bring up him again because Keuchel, because that's definitely, they would make it work. Keuchel, yeah, it's probably not worth it because, like, we gave a lot of money. I mean, we have – now I'm going to say that because we didn't sign Paxton. We just took on his contract. Was it a big contract?
No, he has not been a free agent yet.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's like second year arbitration or something like that.
Right. All right.
So you can just say he's still in arbitration.
I don't even need to say that. I'm just going to skip that. Okay. I was just going to say that we want I was going to say something like we want Sebi, Paxton, and Tanaka because they're getting paid, but the only guy getting paid is Tanaka.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam. I'm starting back from when I said forget about Kluber in the sense of like I'll focus on Keuchel. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to take away, like you said, from guys like Sebi and Tanaka and Paxton. Now Keuchel would be a great arm, but then it's like I said, it's a tricky situation because we have a great bullpen. 6 starters would limit those guys' starts. And, we could relegate CC to a 6-man role, but is it really worth it for Dallas Keuchel, a guy who seems to be aging quite rapidly for a former Cy Younger? It's tough, and it's probably not worth it. It's just crazy, besides Manny and Bryce, that big-name talents like Kimbrel and Keuchel are still also not signed.
Yeah, 5 years ago, Keuchel would have been swooped up in a week.
Yeah,
like former Cy, he's getting worse, but former Cy Young pitcher, he would have been gone in a minute.
100%. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to monitor for all of February as we head. That's my last news. February 13th, pitchers and catchers report to Tampa, Florida for New York Yankees spring training. I believe we are the earliest. I was looking at the dates of other spring training beginnings for pitchers and catchers. I saw a lot of February 15th and 16th. I believe we are, don't fact check me, we're definitely one of the earliest teams having pitchers and catchers report. So that's coming up, about 2 weeks. And it was a pretty fast off season. It wasn't super long. It's been a long winter, but we're getting ready for baseball, and I can't fucking wait.
Oh yeah, fired up.
That was good. I'm just gonna. All right, now we're getting into favorite Yankees. That was. I don't even know how much time we're at, but we definitely got a good amount of time. So for social media check-ins, I feel like I only want to talk about Judge. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm just going to read.
This is my opinion.
I'm going to run through a couple of them myself, just saying them. I'm going to say something like Gary swinging, looking thin. Hicks is training and going to golf tournaments. Chappie posted a congratulations. I might say the Didi one, and then I'm just going to go into the Judge, and we'll talk about the Judge one.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not doing the stereotypes. I'm not doing the talking Yanks, and then we're going to bash the Red Sox because we're about to talk about Mo for at least a solid amount of time.
Sure.
All right. Let me just get – all right, so September 19th, 2011. I'm going to do his "and this happens."
Oh, we're doing the Mo thing now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Now we shift to hopefully everyone's favorite segment, favorite Yankees moment. And because of his unanimous election into the Hall of Fame, we are honoring Mariano Rivera and his Yankee moment when he passed Trevor Hoffman. I'll set the stage for a 602nd career save. September 19th, 2011, we're playing the Minnesota Twins at home. We're up 6-4 in the bottom of the ninth. Mo has already struck out the first 2 batters, and he's facing the third man.
I would redo that. Yeah. And he's facing the third man. That's funny.
Yeah. So I wanted to get the count. All right, let me see the count. Hold up, because I have the YouTube video up. Was it 0-2? Where should I start that from?
You know what that reminded me of? Have you ever seen that video of the Ball State sports announcer?
You got to give me more context than that.
It's like a student TV show at Ball State University, and he was going over highlights from a basketball game, and he announced it like nonsense. He's like, three-pointer, and boom goes the dynamite. He messed everything up.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but it reminded me of that.
No, I get what you're saying. Where should I start up from? Should I go the whole thing again? So I think I was saying. I think I was good.
Just start from where you say like he already struck out. Just say he already struck out the first two batters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam, you hear that? Cool. Sorry, yeah, I already said the Twins and the 6-4.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
start from the strikeouts.
3, 2, 1. He has already struck out the first two batters of the Minnesota Twins. 0-2 count on the third guy, and this happens. Is that fine?
I'd say, and this is what happened. Like it sounds, it's like it's a little thing, but I think it.
You just want me to say
the way you said it was a little awkward.
I got it. 3, 2, 1. He has already struck out the first two batters. Now he has an 0-2 count, and this is what happened.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, because like when I kept saying the third guy. All right, Adam, that was it. All right, so now this is the moment. They're just talking about it. Yeah, we don't even need to do the Mariano first and only RBI. It's a little unnecessary. So celebrating, blah, blah, blah. How many total saves did he get? I'm going to intro it, and then I'm going to kick it to you. So 602, I don't say like, okay, 600.
I got to think about what I even want to say.
Okay. We can stop after me. All right, I'm going to bring it back from the moment.
And just stop after you. I got to figure out what I want.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 602nd save, passing Trevor Hoffman, en route to 652 career saves. You know, Trevor Hoffman's kind of a funny guy, speaking about the Padres, longtime Padre. And he's obviously, you know, probably the second closer of all time, but he obviously never had the notoriety of Mariano Rivera. And he had just recently retired, and here comes Mo. I believe Hoffman only had the all-time saves record for like 5 years. And then here comes Mo, breaks it, and now I don't think it's ever going to be broken again. But it was, you know, it was a great moment at the stadium. Derek and everyone mobs him, you know, celebrates. As he's celebrating now, being the first unanimous, he became the all-time saves leader. What a moment for the GOAT. What do you have to say? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know what I want. I'm good. So
how did I sound? I kind of bullshitted. Was that all right?
Totally fine. Yeah, you can count me down.
Okay. 3. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna say, what do you have to say again? 3.
All right.
2, 1. What do you have to say?
Yeah, awesome moment. Appropriate that we're highlighting Mariano Rivera this week. The Trevor Hoffman thing, I kind of chuckle at it because, you know, great for Trevor Hoffman that he got that record, but everybody knew that in a couple of years Rivera was going to break it, which I find a little comical. Interestingly enough, you know, I don't have to talk about how we already did that a little bit and everyone knows, but I found it interesting for a guy that holds the all-time saves record. He only led the MLB in saves 3 years in three different years. And so I think that just speaks to him being dominant over an elongated period of time and with one pitch. I mean, if anyone listened to John Boy and Jake's recent episode, they talked about how Rivera is going to be coaching the Yankees supposedly now. You know, John Boy was having a little fun with the fact that, yeah, it's great that Rivera is going to be a coach, but what's he going to tell him? You know, hey, Coach Mo, 3-1, guy just fouled off a curveball. Like, how should I approach it? Oh, I'd throw the cutter.
Throw that cutter.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, guys, I'm sure he'll be a great coach, but, you know, it's just funny. Like, sometimes guys are so talented, like, they don't know how to tell other guys how to repeat that success. I'm not saying that's what Mo is going to be, but I had a little laugh when, you know, they brought up the idea that Jordan Montgomery might be going to Mariano Rivera for some advice.
No, it's definitely very funny. It's a very funny situation to picture. And just going back to what you're talking about being the all-time saves leader, It's a great point because I was just doing a quick fact check as you were talking. Yeah, he was a 3-time saves leader. Trevor Hoffman, who 601 saves, that's a shit ton of saves. He was only the two-time saves leader in the National League. I was looking up a guy like K-Rod. He was at 3 times. Guy like Craig Kimbrell, 4 times, 4 straight years with the Braves. So, like, I was looking at the numbers, and it's just like it doesn't seem like any guy jumped off with winning like 8 single-season saves leads. And it's just I think it's a testament to Mo's longevity and the fact that not even the longevity, because you definitely know without looking at the stats, he was probably like top 3 in saves for multiple years. You know, he wasn't number 1, but it was just the fact that he was always consistent and he was racking up like 40 saves a year every year. And it finally stacked up to what he got, 652. So it is funny though that he only, if you had asked me like how many times was he the single season saves leader, I probably would have said like 7, 8.
Yeah, you know? Not 3.
Not 3. But Trevor Hoffman only had 2, and he's the second guy in the saves list. So kind of makes sense, honestly.
It all, honestly, if you think about it a little bit, it's pretty impressive that Hoffman did that with the Padres, because even then they weren't like that great.
Nah, I mean, yeah, he was with like
and
Tony
Rivera did this with the Yankees, like in an era where they made the playoffs every year. So, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Mo, but just the facts.
No, 100%. I bet Trevor Hoffman had to come into a multiple like 7 or 8th inning games, again without fact checking. He probably had to bail the Padres starters out of some jams and pitch a couple more innings to get his 601 saves. Just guessing because of the sorry state. I feel like I've been bashing on the Padres a lot today. But
yeah, it's been we've had a little bit of a Talking Padres episode.
Yeah, we might get beef with if there's a Talking Padres podcast. If they perchance listen to us, I might have to answer to them on Twitter or something. Who knows? Just kidding. No one's that much of a fan of the Padres to make a podcast. Let's be real. All right, I see you didn't have anything to say, so I'm going to kick off our next topic.
I have nothing to say.
That's fair. So we're good with Mo. So Adam will put in the YouTube video. All right, so social media check-ins. Like I said, I'm going to run through the few I want to say, and then we'll go into Judge, and you can talk more about Judge. 3, 2, 1. Moving on. I remember Adam said last time, like, not always to say moving on. Like, what's a good transition?
Yeah, we say moving on a lot.
But I don't want to just say next. Like,
let me Google good transitional phrases.
I could just say like our next
good transitional phrases. In addition to, furthermore, moreover, besides, than, to, also, both, and. Another equally important, first, second, again, further, last, finally, not only, but also, as well as, in the second place, next, likewise, similarly, in fact.
I'm good. I'm just going to say also, but then like 3, 2.
Okay.
I'm actually not going to say also. I'm just going to say, I got it. 3, 2, 1. Now, one of our favorite Yankees topics, one of our favorite segments is our social media check-ins throughout the week. I'm always on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, seeing what our guys are up to. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it on the pod. So I got a few things I just want to run through quickly before we get to one that we're going to spend a little more time on. But first up, Gary. He's been swinging. He's been doing a lot of batting practice, posting that on Instagram. He's looking lean. He's looking mean. And I'm ready for Teddy Bear Gare to go back to what he's supposed to be. Also, that boy Hicksy, I know Adam loves Hicksy. He's not on to defend him right now. He's been training hard, as we've said. He just had his baby boy, Aaron Hicks Jr. He was living it up at a golf tournament today. Boy loves golfing. Chappie, our star closer, posted a congratulations to Mo. Picture with him, respecting greatness. And Didi was fucking around with some VR, virtual reality. That just seems like a very Didi-esque type of activity. But
yes, I love the Didi stories from when he's down in Curacao, his homeland.
He lives it up.
Yeah, he just goes in videos like him swimming around with turtles and fish and all that. Love it.
Yeah, man, he's got a great life down there. When he just, he's a rich, successful Yankee, he's just living the dream. Speaking about rich, successful Yankees, my favorite current Yankee started his foundation. He posted Aaron Judge. If you didn't
Well,
know
I
who
didn't know Luke. I didn't know Luke Voigt started a foundation.
He's my favorite, like, Yankee story, but Judge is my guy. He's the new Jeter.
Okay.
He's going to be the
All right.
captain. That is my guy. But Luke Voigt is my guy too. He got married. That happened already. Like, I've seen some videos of his wedding. That boy, he can dance. It looked like some good dancing at his wedding. But anyways, Aaron Judge earlier last week, he posted that a big announcement was coming on Instagram. At first, I didn't know what the hell was going on, but after a little research, I realized, it's probably his foundation. And he's starting, he's doing like the Derek Jeter move, the Turn 2 Foundation. He's starting the All Rise Foundation. What do you have to say about this, Bob?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I was going to say, you said rich and successful Yankees, and I think it's cool that he's doing this without even being a guy that has a huge salary. Like, yes, he has money. Yes, he has money from
No.
Adidas.
He's going to get one soon. I can't wait for him to get paid.
But he hasn't yet. So it makes it all the better. Yeah, he's got money from the Adidas deal, obviously, but it's not like
he's definitely making so much. I can only imagine like what his endorsements. Like, he was on the cover of MLB The Show. What do you think his endorsement contract? Like, what do you think the percentage wise? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, compared to his actual contract, how much money he's raking in from endorsements and everything else? It's got to be.
Oh, dude, it's like 1%. Like, his salary has got to be like 1%
compared to the endorsements. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like 10
insane.
to 1. 10 to 1.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 10%. Yeah, I agree. But he's a young guy, and it's just like, it's cool to see that he thought about this early on in his career. Other guys might, just stay focused on themselves. And this just shows you the type of guy Aaron Judge is. We all know, like, the comparisons to Derek Jeter. So, John, you mentioned the Turn 2 Foundation. Like, it's perfect. This is what you want out of a Yankees captain. And I think starting this All Rise Foundation, which is supposed to help, children out in California, it just speaks a lot to his character.
Totally, 100%. And just reading this from an article that was posted about it, he said himself, Aaron Judge, that the purpose of this charity is to, quote, make the world a better place for children. He wants to inspire the youth of America, to find baseball, to become successful in their future lives. And he said two of the key themes of this charity are honor and legacy. And his goal, again, is to, quote, honor the ones who paved the way and create a legacy for those coming in the future. So, he just wants to inspire, because he came out of nowhere. He wasn't, even though he's a giant human being, he wasn't at first a highly touted star. And, he kind of came out of nowhere for us. And I think he's humble in that aspect and in that regard. And he wants to, inspire the next like youth to, realize their potential. We always fuck around on this podcast, but like in a serious tone, he's a guy that wants to give back and show that like you can rise up and make something of yourselves.
Yeah, and like for him specifically, he was adopted. He was put up for adoption at birth, so never knew his real parents. I think, I don't know, maybe he has met them since. I don't know, but I'm sure that plays along with him wanting to give back. So like, I'm sure he's super thankful for the parents that adopted him, and I don't know if this charity will have anything to do with kids up for adoption, but it certainly plays into the fact that he wants to honor the people that helped him out in the past and give other kids a good chance like he had as well.
Couldn't agree more. I'm just pausing for a second. That was good though. Just looking through the doc. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna I'm not gonna do the Reggie. I don't know. I wish I forgot to start a timer to see what time we were at. Hey, you said you noticed sexy instead of 7.
It's like, well, can you see what time this started?
No, but but if you look at it, you said
8:38, so right. 9:38 your time. You said that you couldn't hear me.
Right. That was before we started. So like from there, that's about an hour and a half. We probably started 15 minutes after that. That's an hour 15 with editing. Guessing we're around 45-ish. Like I said, it can be a quicker episode. It's probably gonna end up being an hour, but
yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna take.
I gotta take a piss real quick.
Yeah, yeah, good call. I'll do that as well.
What's up, Adam? You sexy beast. Hope you have a good time with your lady friend. That's all I gotta say. Stay warm.
Sorry, I was trying to text Adam and see where the if I need to like do anything else after I stop broadcasting.
Oh, yeah. I think it goes directly. It should go directly to your YouTube page.
No, yeah, it's on his account. So
directly to Adam's.
Yeah, it's on his, so I don't think I need to do anything. But anyway, we'll figure that out. All right. So for bashing Red Sox, all right. So I'll kick off. So how do you Honre? Say it again.
I think it's just Henry. I'm gonna YouTube him real quick and see if someone like says his name.
Yeah, I feel like I want to say
one of my pet peeves is when people pronounce names incorrectly or words in general. So,
dude, I was saying Ottavino instead of Ottavino for like the first 3 episodes because I never heard anyone say his name because I don't listen to Rockies games. And then finally, once we signed him, because like me and Adam weren't sure, and he was saying Ottavino, but I was saying Ottavino. And then finally, once I heard someone say, like Michael K said Ottavino, I'm like, I'll start saying that. Henry Mejia, I'm guessing.
I'm listening to a Terry Collins interview.
There's no way he goes Henry. Well, Terry Collins might.
Well,
and look up.
Hang
on, I'm just gonna try and go to a broadcast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's this.
Hang on.
Dude, no way. So,
wait, how do you even mute me? Because I was just about to try and mute you for 1 second, but I don't even know how to do that.
I just like the one time I accidentally did it was like I pressed the mute button on my laptop.
Oh, well, let me hang on before you say anything. Let me because I think I'm gonna hear his name. Hold on, just don't say anything for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so a broadcaster said Henry.
Okay, it probably is. Yo, this is funny. I was just like about to watch this Henry Mejia reinstated thing on YouTube, and it says up next in my video queue is speculation, the move to make infield set ? From the official Simonetti source.
Oh my God. The fact
that guy blocked me.
See, I've never even spoken to him. I don't get how he's like on your recommended videos, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I've never watched a Simonetti video.
That's so funny. All right, so we'll say Henry. Henry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was leaning toward that. I'm pretty sure I'd heard that.
I'm just gonna maybe I'll just...
Henri. Henri is French. Like,
yeah, but it's spelled so weird that like you would think he doesn't say Henry. Where's he from? The Dominican? Yeah, he's from the Dominican. There's no way he calls it Henry. I'm gonna say how to pronounce. We'll see. I'm just gonna go how to pronounce.
Dude, I think it's Henry. We can just say we're pronouncing it Henry, but dude, whatever. We don't have respect for this guy. He's a scrub.
That's true too. Hold on one sec. Like, there's literally a YouTube video, like, of a automated voice pronouncing it. They said Henry. All right, I'm just gonna say Henry. Fuck it. Okay, so I'll start with bashing Red Sox and say, because this will be like your thing, but I'll just say like trying to help their bullpen. Yeah. Yep. And then I'll say we'll go into the Carabas thing. I won't even say the Kimbrel. Well, maybe quick touch upon it, but we already kind of talked about that. Actually, I'll start off with because it's Super Bowl Sunday in their eyes. That's why I keep saying like it's February. You know what's gonna fucking suck? Which I'm just gonna let you know about this now because I think Adam could record on like Saturday, but like we don't want 3 voices coming in. If by any chance like Bryce or Manny sign tomorrow or Saturday, we might have to jump on. Okay.
Sure.
And then we'd have to like me and Adam had to do that for I can't remember if it was for Britain or when there was some news that happened and we had to like jump on and re-record. It would kind of be a bitch, but
yeah.
We've actually had to do that twice. I don't even remember what the first one was. It might have been irrelevant. All right. Okay. I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to quickly say, like, because Super Bowl Sunday, the Patriots. Yeah, I'll do that really quickly for bashing Red Sox, and we'll do your Super Bowl prediction because that'll be fun. And then we'll go into Mejia. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Lastly, we're going to go with everybody's favorite topic, bashing Red Sox. But just to what's that word? What's a good word? Hold up. I'm gonna restart that. Oh, dovetail. That's what I was like. Okay.
Ooh, dovetail.
That's nice. Part of my take uses that, and I was like, oh, dovetail. As you hate them. 3. I'm not gonna say lastly. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Last but not least, our classic end of episode topic. Bashing Red Sox. But before we get fully into that, I just want to dovetail off the Red Sox aspect because it's Super Bowl Sunday. You guys are probably cooking, drinking some beer, getting ready for the game. Just because the Red Sox, Boston, the New England Patriots are in it again. I just wanted to ask Bob really quickly. Bob, what is your prediction for Patriots Rams?
I hate that this is my prediction, but I really think the Patriots are going to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
See, everyone says that. And the Patriots, either they lost to the Eagles, they lost to my Giants. They never have a blowout Super Bowl. Their games are always within 4 or 5 points. So I think they're going to win because it's Brady, and I've learned to respect greatness, and I've learned to not count him out. But like, I don't think they're going to blow him out. I think it'll be a close game. Yeah,
and the only reason I say that is because I've sort of given up all hope as sort of a Bills fan. I'm a Packers fan, but as sort of a Bills fan, I've seen enough of Brady to where I don't even try to think that he could lose or something like that. I just assume that it's going to be a big win every time.
And
that's more of a Rob is defeated prediction.
And he already said in an interview that there's 0% chance that he is going to be retiring after this game. So you guys you're not actually a Bills fan, you're a Packers fan, but you're kind of a Bills fan. So you guys in the AFC East are going to have to deal with him for at least like 3 more years.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's just
insane.
Because I'm probably going to be dead wrong, but shut up. Fuck. 3. I was going to, after you said insane. 3, 2, 1. Just for fun, even though I'm going to probably be dead wrong, not split decision. What is it to say like right away? Because I'm just going to say, like, what's your score prediction? But, like, not shot out of the cannon. What's, like, the phrase I'm looking for?
Under your head?
Yeah. Good call.
Oh, what are you going to ask me?
That's the point. It's gun to your head.
Okay.
3, 2.
No, that's not the point. The point of gun to your head is you have to give an answer.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, what did you just say? You said
okay, just go.
No, I know, but what did you just say? Like when I was starting the last time, I said like You said about the Bills, and then
I said it's insane.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, never mind. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and just really quickly, just for fun, just for good podcast, good radio, gun to your head, score prediction of the Super Bowl. You said 2 touchdowns, but give me numerical numbers. That's not even a
20 to 3.
I say numerical numbers. 20-3. Wow, you don't even think the Rams are going to score. Okay. Rob, Cowboy Bob Rosine says 20-3. I'm going to go with 27-23 Patriots. We'll revisit that. We'll talk a little shit if one of us is closer. 20-3. Wow.
Yeah, man, go bold. Go big or go home.
I hear you. But as I said, this is Bastard Red Sox. We just wanted to quickly talk about the Patriots. But there's a funny little development. It's fucking Red Sox idiots. They have not signed a big-time reliever. You know, they haven't given the money to Craig Kimbrell. And now, really quickly, we'll just touch upon, there are some rumors, you know, he might return to his old stomping grounds in Atlanta. I saw the Twins. You know, there's some teams that might snatch him up because apparently the Red Sox don't want to give him money. But they did want to give money to Henry Mejia. You might forget about him. He's been suspended for a shit ton of years. Bob, people forget, who the hell is Henry Mejia?
So Henry Mejia played for the Mets, as our New York listeners probably know. He played like four years with them. His one really good year was 2015. He had 28 saves, 93 appearances, only 3 blown saves. Big thing with Henry Mejia, he, up until last year, had a lifetime ban from baseball for failing 3 drug tests, 3 PED drug tests. And so he had a whole year ban like A-Rod did, then got suspended a 3rd time, but the 3rd time is you're banned for life. And somehow he got reinstated and pitched in a rookie league last year. And it was kind of funny. There were good tweets going on about this. Justin Verlander tweeted, "What's the point, SMH, in regards to giving these bans to guys? Because, you know, you give them a lifetime ban and then they can appeal it and just come back in." So Verlander was kind of pissed about that. And Verlander's always been an anti-PED guy. And the best one was from Peter Moylan, who's last pitched for the Braves. He's a reliever, actually from Australia. He tweeted, "How's my off season going? This guy had a lifetime ban and still signed before me. Hashtag WTF." And hashtag WTF is right. What the fuck are the Red Sox doing?
That, first of all, that tweet is amazing. Hadn't seen that yet. That is absolutely hilarious. I mean, yeah, the guy, you know, it's hard to say how much talent he had, you know, going back into our PED discussion, because, I mean, obviously you have to have natural skill. The guy had some good years with the Mets, and, you know, he fucked it all up. He got suspended 3 times. I do agree, like, what is the point of a quote-unquote lifetime ban if you get reinstated? Like, Major League Baseball should nullify the lifetime ban after 3, and they should only give out a lifetime ban when they're absolutely sure that they're going to hand out a lifetime ban. Like, that's just an empty promises, empty words, and whatever. Speaking about this guy, like, PEDs with the Red Sox, they always like to be high and mighty, that they're the team that didn't indulge in steroids, even though Manny Ramirez, Big Papi, you know, they sweep it under the rug. They overlook.
Cough, Jacoby Ellsbury, 30 home run season.
That too, but like, well, he's on our team now, so Red Sox fans would like to spin zone that and be like, well, he's on your roster now. But they like to talk shit about Clemens, even though Red Sox. Giambi, non-Red Sox. But A-Rod, of course, their favorite to talk shit about. It's just funny that they have no bullpen, and they sign a guy who's been out of the league for 3 years. Who knows what he has left? Granted, it's a minor league contract, so who knows if he'll even see the team. But I know you're very passionate about this whole topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nonsense. Like, they talk about, like, their fan base just talks about how we're the team with all the steroid guys, and here goes their front office, signing a guy like Mejia, who was literally banned for life from the MLB before last year, and they're refusing to sign anybody good. They lost Joe Kelly. They're not signing Kimbrel. And like you said, he might go back to the Braves or possibly the Twins. That's what everyone's saying. Like, their bullpen is dog shit. Like, yeah, we hit Kimbrel well, but other teams Kimbrel did well against. And so who is the Red Sox closer right now?
They don't have one.
I don't even have a name for you.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, it's pretty absurd. It's absurd that they signed this guy. It's absurd that they haven't given Kimbrel money because they definitely have money. Like, their bullpen.
I hope he goes to the Braves. I hope he goes to the Braves so bad.
Dude, their bullpen
reunion with him and Brian McCann.
Dude, I don't think they even have enough like arms, able-bodied human beings to fill up that bullpen right now. They're literally going to field scrubs.
Yeah, it's going to be who's their AAA team? The Pawtucket.
Pawtucket.
Yeah. So whoever their AAA team is, it's like we have the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Express. It's going to be the Express wherever they're from because they're just going to be.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just fun. It's fun to see their front office make these kind of mistakes. And this is a larger point with Dave Dombrowski. Like, think about what he did to the Tigers. Like, he signed all these big names and didn't do anything after that and left them in a terrible place. And he put those pieces and then didn't add anything to it. And it's like he's doing the same thing here. He's not. I mean, yes, granted, they won the World Series, so I don't want to make it sound like they're going to be bad. They are going to be good, and it's up in the air who's going to win the AL East. But he's not helping the team this offseason. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very odd. Like, I don't understand what's going through his mind in terms of shoring up their bullpen and solidifying their team for trying to win back-to-back. Like, it doesn't seem like he seems like he's gone complacent. And you're bringing up the Tigers, which is a different circumstance because he didn't win them a World Series.
Yeah.
So he might just be resting on his laurels and cashing in this contract. But one thing I was going to say about they should just embrace the villainous role of signing lifetime bans. I say they should sign Pete Rose to be the third base coach. Fuck it, why not?
Oh man, dude, I would love it. And revive Shoeless Joe Jackson from the grave.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be the hitting coach.
Exactly. No, I would love to see it. That'd be hilarious. Imagine Pete Rose, big old. I mean, to be fair, he's been knowledgeable on the MLB Network and or Fox with A-Rod.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him waddling around with a Red Sox jersey on. Be hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah, one last thing. Yeah. One last thing about bashing Red Sox. Me and Adam sometimes quote unquote bash Carabas because he's actually a good dude. But he actually said something nice, kinda, about Mo. He tweeted, and I quote, when Mo got inducted unanimously, wow, good for Mo, getting in with 100% of the vote. Now all these crusty-ass writers who used the Babe Ruth wasn't 100%, so nobody's 100%, can finally shut up. What do you have to say about that? It's a compliment, but it's kind of a backhanded compliment.
You can cut this. I wasn't expecting that comment. That your question, I got to think.
Yeah, I wasn't really
sure.
The
crustiest writers who use the Babe Ruth, I shut up. Okay, yeah. I'll just to say that I agree with it. Wait, what do you mean by it's a backhanded compliment?
I mean, he's complimenting Mo, but then it's just I guess it's not a backhand. It just seems like he could be saying it sarcastically. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he's not really he's not talking shit about the Yankees though.
Yeah. All right. So
he's bad. Oh, I actually totally agree with this because I hate the writers.
Yeah. So disagreement. Well, just because I said backhanded, but I'll say, yeah, you don't even need to say what do you think. Just start up when you're ready.
Okay. I'll count myself down.
I got you. 3.
I'll count it. I want to count.
Whoa, Bob. All right.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, I actually agree with Carabas here because I am not a fan of the Baseball Writers Association, so they can shut up. Yeah, I agree.
They're crusty-ass old people. It's like in the SpongeBob video. How many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man? Hi there, young people. We'll put that video in. 100%. We're going to put that.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I think with that, this is it. Episode 10 of Talking Yanks.
Yeah, we covered a lot. A little talking Padres, talking PEDs.
Talking
we
beers,
covered,
as always.
Yeah, we covered a cornucopia of subjects on this one, Johnny.
Ooh, I love that episode. I love that. Fuck. 3, 2,
Imagery
1. Yes.
or something.
All right. Restarting right after you said cornucopia. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it's a great SAT word right there, Bobby. Look at you using the big words there. That graduate school, University of Arkansas knowledge right there.
Yeah, that's right, man. If this master's degree is getting me one thing, it's a better vocabulary, that's for sure. But hey, congratulations on being the host of this episode. I think you did a great job. I think Adam will be proud of you.
I hope so. I don't give a shit about his approval. I don't need that. But I appreciate you, like as we said, bringing you on last minute. Adam, I know you're going to be listening to this. Please survive the winter. I need you as my co-host back. But yeah, it was fun taking over the reins for this one. Next week, we should get back to me and Adam. Maybe we'll bring one of the other guys on. Bob needs to take a break. You know, we got to suppress
his break.
We got to suppress his opinions.
This is too much for me.
Bob's not an everyday guy. You know, I'm committed to the game now. I'm just kidding. But we love having Bob on. Adam will be back on with me next week. And yeah, we'll keep bringing you Talking Yanks, the other guys. I'm at John Ferraro _ AKA you can type in Johnny Pinstripes on Twitter. Bob, what's your handle?
I am at Rob Rosene. Rosene is spelled Rosene.
There we go. And we will be back for episode 11. Don't worry, I'm still going to give my closing little remark. Bob, you have anything else to say? Go Yanks.
Go Yanks. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, to Papa.